Yeah, certainly not. Our mics aren't green.
I don't have any of that. These two computers are out,
Okay,
so.
so cool. I will start the meeting of the April 27th, 2022 Park Board. I see we have a quorum, and we have Jim Piercy remotely, so it's all five of us together. I would like for you guys to be able to stand so you can say the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now that we've had the Pledge of Allegiance, I've changed the order of the agenda. We have a determined we have a quorum. Let's do a consideration of minutes. Did you guys get a chance to look at the minutes?
Yes.
Yes, did Jimbo get a chance to look at the minutes?
Jim, did you get a chance to look at the minutes?
I did, yes.
Well, I can hear you really well. Did anybody see any corrections that need to be made? Any questions or comments on them?
I make a motion that we approve the minutes. Second.
I have a first and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, okay. It passes. On to new business. Asa Heller. What an amazing little young man.
I know, it's kind of exciting to see somebody like that. I hope we can see him kind of grow up
We see that in
too.
our youth today.
Yep.
And it was so nice to see that. I remember, the other kids his age aren't gonna see it and think that's cool like we do. But I was really proud of him, and I know his parents are really proud.
Yeah.
That was a really nice sign of that. We designed the sign.
They actually went out and found a place that does the signs, so they
Really?
actually did all the sign stuff.
That's cool. That's cool. I didn't know if you got creative and got a Cricut or something. And
No.
It's really nice though. Really nice. Does anybody have any comments or questions?
That was great.
Cool.
Make sure those pictures get to Betty.
Yeah, that's an extra Betty gets them. We figured Jesus for taking some minutes. You get the go-to for that. Next issue, water plant.
So, kind of two things on this. Madison's been working on some projects, but I just wanted to give you a heads up. You've seen the water plant stuff. Had some meetings with them, forcing them to get fencing around it, so we did get it secured. I was really worried about that. We had our pre-meeting, and I was like, you have to have fencing, you have to have fencing. And then they started digging the hole. You have to have fencing. You have 48 hours to get fencing. So I think Barry came in and put snow fence up to get through the weekend, and then they put the construction fence up after. So I'll be on them all the time, making sure that it's as safe as possible. It's not my project, but it is in our space. So I want to make sure that.
That's still ours.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
don't understand the transaction behind the scenes. So.
Yeah.
But we don't need, the town does not need someone to get hurt.
Yes, for sure. And that was a big hole.
But,
Scary.
It's what everybody's been complaining about, how we don't have infrastructure supporting the population we have now. But
Yeah.
that's what's happening, people.
Yeah.
Go march, go learn. So, thank you for being on them about that. I appreciate it, because I have been driving by it
Yeah.
to watch it.
It's got a scare factor to it.
Yeah, it does. Does anybody have any questions or comments about the water plant? We'll move on to number 3, hiring update.
So with that, I just actually, we have one more thing with that.
One
So
more thing with what? The water
with
plant?
the projects.
Oh,
So Madison has been working on, we want to get better, actually, you do it.
Okay, so, citizens are out in the park, they see this stuff going on, but they don't know what it is. So they get on Chatter page and they're trying to find information. So we're trying to make it easier for them to get the correct information. So we have put together a yard sign, like a small realtor sign. So you can actually take your phone right now and you can scan that QR code. And we have created a page on our website that says Town, I think it's called Town Projects. So it'll have, right now it has the water treatment facility information. And then as we can update that page so citizens can, scan it again and get the information. So we will be able to add to our website any projects going on in town. So it doesn't just have to be this project, it could be, whatever else is happening, all be on the page. But you can just scan it and it takes you right to it.
That is cool.
That
Good
is
stuff, man.
absolutely amazing. Are we maybe gonna be able to do the same sort of thing with what's coming up?
Yeah,
And we could do it for the programs at the park and put some of these around the park that's got park programs, because that way people in the park
That's a good
can
idea.
do the same thing and get to a park program page.
So we can create as many QR codes as we want. It is something I do want to look into. We can actually purchase a QR code and it'll keep all the data, not like personal information, but like where they scanned it, how many times it's been scanned. So then we can really look at
Look at the
where
logistics
people
of it
are,
all.
where they're getting the information.
Put some of them out of Washington Township.
Yeah, so we, this was not all my idea, this was, Will's idea, but I mean,
Is Washington
Right there.
starting this?
Not right on the website?
no, we've just, we've
I
always
just wanna
wanted to
beat
do
your
this,
sister.
but never had time.
I
Do
just
I?
wanna beat your sister.
Yeah.
She always it's like, damn it, we're working on that.
Yeah,
There's
they have
two
really
ways.
good programming staff over
They do
there.
have a
They
good-
really have really good
Yeah.
programming staff.
I think that should be a good sort of friendly
They're
competition.
my heroes and
Yeah.
they have great stuff.
Yeah.
And they have huge property.
Yeah, I know.
The Peckar.
Good idea.
so our signs will be here at the end of this week, so you'll probably see them out in the project area, so.
Yeah.
Cool.
It helps too, because people are always asking our staff when we're out and about, like, hey, what's going on here, Sometimes it's friendly, sometimes it's not. And we just want to make sure, hey, you can go check it out yourself. Go over there and
I like it.
pull your phone out
I
and it'll
like
tell
it.
you all about it. So, and we're
Very
hoping
good.
to be ahead of, play offense instead of defense.
Yes.
That's kind of our goal. So when we start football, sorry, it's going to do that. When we start the football field project, before we start the football field project, we're going to put these signs out. And then once it starts, they'll be more likely to snap pictures. But for now, they'll be able to look. We can say, hey, we had a sign out there with all the information. It's been in 300 meetings now that we've been into, but now the action is starting to happen. That's when they really start asking the questions anyways. So.
What a great idea.
Mhm.
Really good
Smart.
idea.
It was Will's idea.
Good, smart, huh?
No, it's a
Well,
teamwork.
then don't
So
tell
we
them
work
that.
together.
His head will get big. So.
Oh, that's really neat. I like that.
It's exciting.
Okay, so that was part of the water plant.
Yeah.
And the other happenings. So the next thing is the hiring update.
So Stan has
Did
left
he-
us.
did he get it?
Yes, he got the job.
I'm sorry,
Ah.
he's going, but I'm so proud of him.
Yeah. His last day technically is this Friday, but
Where's he
his
going?
last day was
He
last
is
Friday,
the-
Martinsville, as the Parks Director.
As the Parks Director, Martinsville. Isn't
Yeah.
that awesome? I'm
Yeah.
so proud of him.
Yeah. So
Gonna miss his antics.
he's already, he's already sent us a bunch of emails asking for documents. So
And I'm
we've
sure
been
he
feeding
will,
him
and-
stuff. Yeah. I
yeah.
told him, I was like, hey, whatever you need. I was there at one point,
Yep.
So
He's gonna be great.
yeah. So we kind of have been looking different ways that we can kind of enhance what we're doing mixed with the people we have. So we've got a new layout of some opportunities that we're looking at. But on Friday, we're all going to meet and we're going to kind of hammer out what we think that position will do. Right now, it's aquatics and facilities, but we've always wanted to have a camp, full day camp. And now is a pretty good time to go after that. So we're going to look at some options to where we can maybe have like programs and camps in one area. So we're going to look at some options and we should be able to come out with something that will fit our department really well. And then I'll send it out to you guys to look over. And then we'll start the hiring process from there. So we're excited, just adding someone new. It's kind of an exciting thing anyways.
Yeah. Cool.
And all of our
Any
summer
questions?
staff, besides one concessions worker, is locked in. So
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
You're really good. You got the game under control.
yeah, the lifeguarding thing worked out for us teaching the class. It's more expensive though, but I kind of feel like what I've learned is there needs to be a pre-class before they take the class, because a lot of them didn't look at the book and tried to take the class, and we lost like 10 because of that. So I think we need to jump ahead of that, do a pre-class where we sit with them and do it. And then they have the class after, and that'll help kind of build that up. I think we're right at 19, which is pretty much normal for what we normally have. So lessons learned.
So will you have a pool manager by summer?
Yeah, we already have pool manager and 2 assistant pool managers. So we're doing good there. And part of that restructuring is looking at a different way of the pool, and I'll bring that to you as well, because we have some ideas of what other neighboring pools do, and we may try to follow something similar.
Okay, anybody have any questions or comments on hiring update? Nope. Next thing on the agenda is park art.
So this is something I've been working on for maybe, I'd say right around 7 or 8 years.
You built this?
No.
It took you 7 years to do
No.
that, man.
So I've always wanted to have art in the park. It's art and parks go together. It's a good thing, but it needs to be tasteful, whatever we do, and fit in with our theme, our park system. So we have the Memorial Tree program, and we were trying to think of different ways to do it. And so one of them was a statue or monument, sculpture, whatever you want to call it. And the leaves on it would be the memorial piece. So you could get names on a leaf, and then they would be added to the tree. So this would go next to the gazebo. And so you can kind of see the base of it. Then
How tall is that?
well, this right here is about 1 foot, but the real one would be around 25 feet.
Oh.
So it'll be pretty tall. There's a 3-bench spot right by the gazebo with like an island in the middle, and that's where we want to put it. Shannon Shervin has actually taken on the task of raising funds, and I'm so thankful to have her there, because she's already raised like $25,000.
Who had?
Shannon
Shannon
Shervin,
Servants,
yeah, for this project. So
Who's shaking now?
her dad was it Fry Electric?
Their dad
Owns
is
Fry
Fry
Electric?
Electric,
Yeah.
yes. But her son, Gunnar, committed suicide. She does a big rally type, festival type thing to raise money for suicide prevention, and it's to help. And the money that she raises, she uses it towards local people, like a scholarship for students of the high school here to go to a trade school, because we don't have a lot of people going to trade school, and meet those trade people. So she supports that. She's both, and she's helped us, she's gonna help us with the sculpture. Yeah, I cannot think what the benefit's called.
Gunner?
The gun show.
The
Yeah.
gun show, yeah, because that's the gun was.
So
I had Gunner in 3rd grade.
he spent a lot of time in the park, and that's so like she's looking to push her passion towards the park because of that
Yeah,
option. So this is one. We're actually looking at a second one over by the amphitheater. It would be a similar model, but it would have musical notes in the tree, and then it would have a heart in the middle of the tree, and then a swing that you could take pictures off the swing to like pose. So, and I just applied for a grant on Friday. I think I'm gonna get it because the guy already contacted me. So it's $5,000 to $10,000 that would go towards this project. So
yeah.
it's super exciting. Her passion is awesome. I mean, she just goes after it. So, and she's got, good connection with it too. So pushing forward, it's going to be great. So I would like to have your blessing to move forward with this project if you guys are okay with it.
Do we have to vote?
Yes.
Okay, I'll entertain
So
a
moved.
motion. Second,
Second?
everybody in favor?
Yes.
Anybody against? Somebody's against.
That was a yes from Jim.
Consensus.
He's for it.
Okay. I thought that
Yeah,
was-
gotta remember the delay.
Yeah, there's
You gotta
a
remember
delay.
the delay there.
So let's go for it. I think it's
So-
gonna be beautiful.
In the art thing, and that, can I make a comment?
Yeah.
Where I used to live, we had a park with a big wall curved like this. I mean, it was big, it was way over there. And you could sit on that end and talk like this and talk to the other person. You
Oh,
ever seen
what's
anything
the
like
wall?
It's one of
that?
those,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, some of the dams in the world have that naturally,
Yeah.
and all the waves pile up and then you just talk. That would be, people would go crazy over that. you know, the kids would sit up, wanting, come on, see, watch this.
Go that way.
Have you ever experienced it? Because you had a little child in there with about that. No, that's enough. That's just, you know.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of a
I
cool
moved
thing to
over
put
to
over to
Hillside,
separate the
in
football field from
Columbus.
the
And
water
they had a
plant.
wall.
It would be
It was
something to
fun.
be over on that end of the park, by
Yeah.
the running
That'd
trail.
be amazing. You just talk normal.
Yeah.
We kind of
Hide the water plant.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. We got to build something over there anyway.
The Westboro wall,
Yeah, I think that'd be perfect.
yeah.
Put non-graffitiable paint on it.
Make it prison
Is
proof.
that a thing?
Anybody have any questions or comments about Parker? Okay, let's move on to master plan adoption.
So I had the master plan as a separate link because it's huge. I did find a few errors in it that if you do pass it tonight, that I'd like you to accept it along with the changes.
Fix that you're
Yeah.
corrected.
And they're just grammatical ones, like spelled Aiken Park wrong on one of them. I want to add the clerk treasurer to the acknowledgements. Also, they missed Cody and Matt, part of our staff, in there. And there was a couple of sentences that were run-ons, and the flow charts messed up a little bit. It was all just pretty much grammatical things that he sent me the Word version, so I can go in and
Did you
change
guys-
them in like 2 seconds.
Did y'all get a chance to look at it?
I did.
Yes.
It's a lot of reading, it really is. I was like this on a couple things, but
Yeah.
I have to be honest with you, I didn't read the whole thing, because it's like,
A lot.
and I did see. So I think it's a good plan though. It's, does anybody have any comments or questions about it? Okay, I'll take entertain a motion to adopt the master plan.
So moved.
Bill, first, who has a second?
I'll be the second.
David has a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anybody against? No, so it passes 5-0.
So the second thing would be the ADA accessibility compliance. So as part of the plan through DNR, they want us to make moves always towards becoming more accessible.
Right.
So that portion we wrote out of kind of like all the things that we think we need to fix whenever we get a chance to remodel them. And we've been doing that over time anyways, but it just kind of highlights those things a little bit more. And so this would be the assurance that we're going to comply with what we said we were going to do. So, and that'll take a vote as well.
I move we accept the accessibility compliance.
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Passes 5-0.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thanks for working so hard on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, a whole
That is
year.
excited.
that's yeah.
There is some stuff.
Old business, bollards and crosswalks.
Okay, so we got the first mounts in the ground. We haven't had time to paint. We had the National Honor Society work day on Tuesday. Monday we prepped for it. We put the bollard anchors in on Friday. We just haven't had time to put it on yet. We have the stencils all ready to go. We just gotta spray paint. That's probably the easiest part.
Has we had anybody driving on the walking path again?
No, just putting cones there actually solves some of it.
Good. This is happening every week.
Yeah, I know. I came by, was it Saturday, when I think Pee Wee or Little League opened? Oh my gosh. The whole circle in the middle was full. The whole outside was full, and people were just parking everywhere. I've never seen it that bad.
It's bad.
Yeah, it is really bad.
Anybody have any questions on bollards and crosswalks? Hearing none, we'll move on. Number 2, pool update.
I just want to touch base. Of course, we're almost fully hired, staffing wise. Should be putting water in it, not next week, but the week after. We've got everything set up. It's just a matter of having enough dry days to get it going. But we're going to start hitting it hard tomorrow and continue on. It takes about 2 weeks to get it to where it's ready to put water in it. And we're just going to go from there. So you'll be seeing all of us down there because we're one person short.
It's always a everybody?
Oh, it's an all hands on deck process for sure.
Does anyone have any questions or comments on pool update? Hearing none, we'll move on. Football tower.
I put the plans in there. You can kind of see them up here, the drainage plans. I met with Landworks and another trucking company. Landworks wants to do it all by GPS, so I will probably do that one. Because at the end, I'll have full drawings too of how exactly it's laid out. So I'm getting really close. Once I get the third estimate, it's a go. So it's going to be a go probably before the next meeting. So I just wanted to kind of have your blessing to move forward. So what we're going to do is, because we need grass like ASAP, we're going to do the grading project except for the center part where all the construction is going to be for the building. And then they're going to come back when we're done and finalize that area. So it's getting exciting. And we'll have the QR code thing out there as soon as we get that confirmation. So
people don't think we're building a 6-story.
yeah.
Don't stir pots. Anybody have any questions about the football tower? Any comments? Hearing none, let's move on to Playscape.
So I was hoping Eric was going to be here to kind of discuss this overview, but I really want you to take some time and look at it, and we'll probably talk about it next meeting. So as you know, for the past like 3 or 4 years, we've been figuring out, trying to like, what are we going to do with Playscape? And in this gives us some options of what to do. It is very expensive to replace Playscape or to even remodel it, but we're going to have to take a stab at one of those. I want you to look at it, but I think it's going to be more of a longer talk that we need to have. And next meeting, we'll do our priority project list, and we'll have this as a major topic. To, what direction do you want me to go? Because I think there were 3 options in the remodel.
Check a little bit about the Playscape. I don't know what you talk.
So the PlayStation was put together by the Rotary, correct? Years ago. And then every year the Rotary fixes it. And the Rotary likes to give money away, and that's their PlayStation. And I'm sure, 5-10 grand sometime.
This is 500,000.
To replace.
All right, 11 grand.
Yeah, 500,000. Yeah.
Well, wait, they raised 100,000.
Yeah. To completely
Because
replace
to do it to today's standards and pass all the things, you have to have pour and play to make it ADA. And then all the wood is now Trex. So it's like 3 times the price. I know. So there's some options to
It's been so bad to hear that.
fix it, rehab it. I think there was 150,000, and there was a 300,000 one.
Well, they did that $100,000 park. They raised money. We did.
Yeah, and that's still an option. So when we got the audit, he said we probably have 5 to 10 years on the poles, which is the main structure that holds it in. So if we wanted to do phasing, it's there, right? And I think that's the only way we're going to be able to do it. They still do their fundraising campaign, right? So they go out and actually solicit the funds, and we're in charge of getting the manpower for the build day. So we would have to figure out, well, if we didn't raise the full amount, what plan B and C are. So just look at it, analyze it, see what you think, and then we'll talk about it next month in more detail.
I read through it today and just am really impressed with the detail.
Yeah.
And 200, I think that was money well spent to get this audit done.
And we needed to, just because it's a big project and it's big dollars. We want to make sure we do it right, and we want it to last, at least 30 years again if we decide to rehab it. So.
But you know how I feel about Playscape, so
Yeah, it's one of those heart and soul things of
Yeah,
Ellis
it is.
Park, I think.
Yeah.
it's just as important as the empathy of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've been doing a good job of rehabbing stuff. This one just costs a lot more. But I think the community will rally. Oh, yeah. When it has to meet all the guidelines or they won't approve it, and then we're liable insurance-wise.
Okay, so we'll tackle that some more next month. Anybody have any comments or questions right now, though? Hearing none, we'll move on. Awning, I hate that.
I know, I thought I'd have this thing in by now. I sent him an email again, so we'll find out where it is from there, but
We're not gonna get one.
well, we paid for half of it, so we better get
That's
one.
why we're not gonna get one.
Yeah,
Well, it's a project that goes on and on. and
Yes.
on and on.
Oh,
No.
that's fun.
it feels good to start some of these other projects, though. That was good. So, I'll reach out to him, or I'll reach out to you guys when I find out
Even in
what the response is. Yeah, it's,
I can be really.
they're, yeah, I think the last time, I can't remember, I think they blamed it on the Russian war or whatever.
What?
Yeah, getting steel, I guess they get their
Material.
steel from somewhere over there or something. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Okay, whatever.
I'm just ready to cross it off this list.
I am too.
Titanium?
I'm sick of it being that.
Yeah, I don't know.
And I'm glad it's happening, but I'm almost as sick as seeing the Jack update and word havoc next to it. Are we got done with that part?
Still just waiting on Barry. So
Still waiting.
Barry and funding. So they haven't had a meeting for the ARP funding, and one of those projects was from the ARP funding. So whenever we have the ARP funding meeting, we can start designating what we can do. So, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the update there.
Does anybody have any questions on the awning and DAC updates? I forgot to ask about the awning, I apologize. Hearing none, we'll move on to your financials year to date.
So with the financials, nothing crazy in there. We're starting to spend money on the pool. That would kind of be the only update. We are looking at, we did get the trail approval through the council as well. You guys approved it, they approved it, so that's kind of exciting. They sent me the letter to proceed.
The Main Street Trail?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they sent me the letter to proceed on that, so
So needed.
I know it's gonna be interesting. I'm so scared to hear the number.
You know what?
price.
I don't care. I don't know
Yeah.
how many times I've almost hit somebody at night.
But we can't do anything until we have a plan.
Yep.
We need to know where it's gonna go,
But
if it's gonna happen,
But
so.
it's being, the conversation's taking
Yep,
place.
I'll get down there with my hard hat and shovel and do whatever I need to get this done.
When I think a lot of people will jump on once we have that
Oh, yeah.
plan and they're like, oh, you wanna go right in front, like Hendricks Regional Health, hey, you're right in my backyard. Maybe they'll pay for some sections of it.
Say.
Did you guys ever catch the graffiti guys?
No, we did not catch them. But we did buy cameras to upgrade that space though.
Right, because they'd be good workers during the summer.
Yeah. We are, I'm making a request over to the chamber for the Winterland money. We haven't received the Winterland money yet, so just want to make sure I stay on top of that. And hopefully I'll have a nice big accounts receivable for you for next month. Yeah, but we really haven't spent a bunch. We are looking at a mower. We're trading in, well, we're not trading, we're actually gonna sell it to the building department because we're gonna get not very much for it in a trade-in and they need a mower. So we're gonna sell it to them for whatever my trade-in value is so that they can get a good deal. And then we're gonna use that dollars towards the newer 60-inch mower, so.
Okay. Anybody have any comments or questions about your financials? Hearing none. I'll take a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion.
David, and a second,
I'll say that.
and Bill seconds.
I
All
was
in
gonna
favor?
let somebody else do something.
And we're adjourned.
Bye, Jim.
Bye, Jimbo.
Thanks, guys.
Love you,
Thank
babe.
you.
Later.
See ya.
Hey,
Oh, yeah.
that 5-year plan is something.
Nice to see you here, Tammy.
Thank
Nice
you.
to see you.
Thank you.